right.
Travis,
We have arrived.
Libby's reached out. They want to be a sponsor of the Defiance.
Don't tease me, dude.
No, they want to be a sponsor because you are apparently the last person on the planet that likes to eat Vienna sausages.
I am the cult member that keeps them in business.
Apparently, because they said you're the only, if it wasn't for you buying them by the caseload,
Yeah.
they wouldn't be making them anymore.
Well, I buy it in bulk.
Yes, you do. Because you bulk up.
People wonder how Long John Silver's is still around.
It's because of you. Now, do you get the shrimp or the fish?
I actually don't get either.
What do you get?
I like the chicken planks, dude.
Really?
Chicken planks.
The Long John Silver.
Apparently, Long John's is like one of the most unhealthy.
Yes,
I think it's at the top of the list. The
probably,
most unhealthy fast food chains.
It is.
It is Long John Silver's.
Where is there a Long John Silver that you could even go to?
So I know there's one over in Spring Klein kind of area, right
Really?
there off the Spring Cypress.
Okay.
It's connected to one of them KFCs.
And so if you're in the vicinity, it's calling your name. You're going chicken plank time.
I will find a Long John Silver's.
No kidding.
I will.
All right. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Well, then they're probably going to be a show sponsor too, because Libby's is.
Oh, dude. Oh, that would make my millennium.
Then they can give you free chicken planks.
You bullshit me a lot, man.
What are you talking about?
You're supposed to be my agent.
I don't even know what.
Libby's didn't reach out to you, did they really?
Yeah, they emailed me.
I don't believe you.
Well, they didn't believe that you actually ate them, and I had to convince them that no, you're a serious fan.
Why you gotta hate on my wieners, dude? Why are you gay?
What? Okay.
Don't be hating on my Viennas.
I'm glad that you've come around on the term. It is Vienna.
Vienna sausage.
Vienna sausages. Yeah. The Vienna thing.
Do you want me to go microwave some up for you?
No.
Hand me that can.
No, it's okay, bro.
Bring it over
if you open it up, it's going to be.
Bring it over here. Come here. Who wants to see it?
No. Are you?
No, I won't do it.
Oh, God. Dude, no. No.
Should we do like, you ever seen those like those videos,
no.
the aesthetic of like should I do?
No.
Roger.
No.
Let's enhance the mic.
No, are you really going to open it?
I want the audience to be able to see.
Oh, God. Why did I even?
Hold on, can I do this? Hang on, y'all bear with the quality. You're probably going to hear every fart and bowel movement.
Oh, Jesus. Ah. Oh, you get it. You freaking get it. God. Travis. No. No.
Wafting.
God, I can't believe you promised.
Here, give me your coffee.
No, jeez. Oh, God.
Look at those moving around there. Look at that.
Oh.
Come on, Mark. Don't be a veg.
God,
don't be a vagina.
Dude, you're talking about wieners. That is the opposite.
Hey, one comment and I'll get Mark to eat one.
No, I'm not eating one.
Oh,
who is that?
Terry
Weaver, Doc Weaver.
One comment.
What did he say? No, what did he say?
He loves the lightsabers from the gay Death Star.
Okay, yeah. That's
Terry.
No, I refuse.
Said one comment.
No. Doc would have never done that to me. He didn't know that was a total setup.
Oh, look, it's kind of got the jelly. It's not like liquid. You know what I'm talking about, folks? It's not real liquidy. It's got jelly.
God almighty.
Mark, would you like some jelly sausage? I declare you eat my Libby's Vienna winner. You want me to heat it up in the microwave for you, bud?
No, please.
Man, that smell is filling up the studio, bro.
It's quite pungent.
It's quite pungent. Look, we got one comment. Got to eat one.
It's made with real bits of panther meat flesh. Yeah. No, God, I can't explain.
Come on.
It is.
Don't be scared.
Don't be shy. Get your corn from the kettle corn guy. No.
All right, folks. Well, I'll leave it right here in front of Mark.
Oh God, no.
And
no.
Y'all can get him to eat it. Do you want me to take it out of the room now?
It's a just put it over. Just God.
Wafting.
Why did I even start with that?
I'll be right back, Mark.
No. Just set them over there, dude. You don't have to go.
It really is pretty pungent.
Oh my God. Well, if it's bad for Travis.
Mark, would you like a wiener?
No. I
This
think
is
we'll.
Bunny Blue. Nothing's more desirable than a kind of wiener. This is Bunny Blue.
I swear to you, folks, this is totally unscripted. There is no script to any of this. It's totally impromptu.
Yes, this is Bonnie Blue here.
Here he comes. Speaking of Bonnie Blue, we just drank some blue stuff.
Oh, do you feel it?
Travis really made me
all the
inquisitive.
rage, this methylene blue.
Yeah, and I said, dude, I'm just curious. He goes, well, you want to try some? So I said, sure.
I gave him some blue meth.
And I said,
how do you feel?
How much are you supposed to take? He said, oh, you can take 3 or 4, dropperfuls. And I said, well, I'm just going to take one.
Take like half a dose.
But what he told me was going to be a full dose was actually times 3. So when I took what I thought was a half a dose, it was actually more than a full dose. So he said it would definitely kick in. Nothing yet. But
did you drink it all?
Oh, it's gone. I downed it.
You know what really makes it like full force?
What is
no, like really kick in, you know?
What makes it really kick in?
Vienna water.
Oh God.
But it's got to be hot Vienna water. Like you got to heat it up. Put a little mustard in there.
Oh God. Do you put mustard on your sausages?
No, I just eat them out of the can and then I drink.
That's what I thought. I saw you just eat them out of the can.
Eat them out of the can, then drink the juice.
Oh my God. Your poor wife. Brittany, God bless you. You are an angel.
I'm not going to lie, that turned my stomach a little bit. Just a little bit.
Oh, it just doesn't sound very good.
You know who loves Vienna sausages?
Who's that?
Just sausages in general.
Who's that?
Oh, Bonnie Blue. Okay. I got to show you this one because this one. Oh, man, I don't have the. All right, folks, bear with me.
What'd you do?
Point at Roger.
What did you do?
Just. Do you see him?
No.
There was a specific media player that was supposed to be on here, and it's not on here.
Well,
do you want to?
That's Roger's fault.
Do you want to take that up with?
Roger has been very.
He kicked off the show pretty good, I thought.
But since his little deal with the good doctor, he's not been.
With Eleanor.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Ever since then, he's been different.
He doesn't really say anything.
No,
well, he never really said anything to begin with.
He's acted weird.
No eye contact.
No eye contact.
Like, look, he's just facing the wall out in the hallway.
Yeah. No eye contact.
I don't know how I'm supposed to get audio to certain segments and media when he's facing the wall.
I don't either.
He just nodded. He can hear us.
Okay. Well, all I know is ever since his encounter with
Eleanor Gracist,
with Dr. Gracist, it's been he's been a different cat.
Yeah.
So I don't know what
I heard he did a therapy session with Dr. Vagina Vortex.
He did.
I don't know how that went because obviously they can't tell us anything.
No, they can't. Well, we'll have to introduce Dr. Vagina Vortex to the audience.
We'll have to do that
pretty soon.
We'll have to do that.
Yes.
Over.
She's outstanding in her field, by the way.
She is. She's one of the top sterilization advocates in the country.
Yes, absolutely.
And the name is saving the planet.
Yeah.
Folks, you are watching the Defiance Daily Show. Appreciate everybody tuning in on this Good Friday. It is Easter weekend. So I did want to start out with a thanks to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for his ultimate sacrifice and triumphant resurrection. Easter is a time to commemorate the profound love and grace of our Savior who died on the cross for our sins and rose again, offering us eternal life. So, whether through acts of kindness, prayer, or simply listening to those in need, let us honor Christ by loving others as he loves us. So, today, well, not today, but over this weekend, we will celebrate the rise of our King,
Amen.
Jesus Christ. Thank you all for joining us. It is the Defiance Daily Show. Today is Friday, April 18th. It is 11:12 a.m. Central Time. We got quite a number of folks already tuned in
People are fired up, dude. They want to
on
hear
this
what you have to say.
Friday. Really appreciate y'all bearing with us as we'll get Mark to eat those sausages.
No. Mark's not going to eat any of those sausages. I'm telling you right now, it's not on my.
Yeah, he will.
It's not carnivore.
We'll
Those are not meat. Those
that counts as carnivore.
No, they do not count as carnivore. I promise
It's got every type of meat in there. Buddy.
No, it doesn't.
It's better than. It's almost as good as chorizo or menudo.
Well, chorizo, that's a whole different. I'll eat chorizo. You got some chorizo hiding back there somewhere? I'll have some of that.
It's Vienna sausage chorizo.
Okay, no, we're not gonna. We'll pass.
Pork, chicken,
No.
maybe beef.
No,
maybe a little mice.
no. I think it's elephant.
Would you rather have some larvae ones?
Some larvae.
Did you put some larvae teat milk in your coffee?
What?
Some larvae teat milk in your Joe Java? Marcus, did you?
No, I did not. Just black, bro.
Why?
Because it's just no larvae milk.
Well, again, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I did want to start off the show because we are trying to get David Thomas Roberts, my pops, memorialized in the state house of Texas. And it's becoming a recurring joke over there. The resolution was offered up and then it was shot down. And I read in this morning who they're memorializing today. And of course, one of the members at the top of the list is the president of the American Federation of Planned Parenthood. So all the things my dad has done for the state of Texas, someone like that gets memorialized, but for whatever reason, my dad can't. So I'll be making some announcements as we try to get that pushed through. That would be a huge honor for my pops. For those that know him, know he loved the state of Texas. He did a lot for this great state. So we have some things going on in the background. I do want to bring a guest on to talk about it, so I'll keep it at that. But prepare for more because it's war.
I think we need to bring it, bro.
So we'll get the names, the details of everybody that's involved in pushing back against it and memorializing my pops. And if you look historically at who the state has memorialized and you put it in comparison to my dad, it will be shocking. So pretty disappointed in my state. The state government as a whole is a fucking joke. So
it's not by accident, Travis. What do you always say?
It's not by accident. It's intentional. But man, it's easy to pay attention to all the federal things going on. But when you start looking in at your state, it gets even more embarrassing. Apparently, there was a committee similar to Doge. There's nothing more embarrassing than a committee to investigate itself and its operations and looking at some of the funding. And I think this past session was one of the most expensive budgetary sessions in Texas history. So we'll be keeping you posted on what's going on there as we gather more details and information. But pretty embarrassing in the state of Texas as it currently stands, and I'm pretty upset by not being able to get my dad memorialized up there. So we'll keep you posted. We'll let you know how that's going. This is the Defiance Daily Show. Don't forget to visit defiancepress.com, defiancepress.com. If you're an aspiring author and you are interested in publishing your manuscript, maybe you've been shut down by some of the mainstream publishers. Maybe you got a story that's a little, we've had some interesting folks reach out that were contemplating publishing their stories. There's some crazy things going on out there, folks.
Are you referring to somebody that's in another state?
Yeah, we can't.
We can't divulge, but that's who you're referring to.
We can't divulge, but
it is fascinating, isn't it?
It is, and honestly, I'm thinking about going forward with that.
Are you really?
Yeah. So I'll say down.
Dude, I hope you. I mean,
but we got to be careful with this kind of stuff because it's no joke out there, man. Makes me incredibly nervous, but you know, you don't can't be a coward when it comes to this kind of stuff, and you know, the guy's got nobody offering to write an article, to my understanding, on any part of his story. So we'll see where that goes. That's defiancepress.com. Go to the submissions page, check out our authors. I want to emphasize again our merchandise link. Go ahead and avoid that for now. We're still retooling, we're revamping the website, and some of the merchandise that's going to be available. I guess we're going to have a summer collection coming on.
And thank you for those folks that have purchased merchandise and sent us pics.
Oh yeah, man. Y'all are awesome.
I would really like to see those maybe posted somewhere on Defiance Daily or Defiance Press or something in appreciation and just really, a shout out.
Yeah, really appreciate that. Had some folks send in some pictures of them and their merchandise. Really means a lot. Means the world to us. None of this is possible without your support. By you supporting us, you support our authors. You support the staff here at Defiance, and you help me carry on the legacy that is my pops, the great Texan, David Thomas Roberts. All right, Mark.
Yes, sir.
So we had a plan for today's show, but on Good Friday.
When you say we, don't say we. I never have a clue. I ask, hey, do you want
he did. Okay.
I have no.
To be fair, that is accurate.
I have no, and you always just kind of laugh and go, no, I like to get your reaction. I'm going,
I do like get your reaction. Is that the voice I make? Are you mocking me?
No. The voice you usually make is, I like to get your reaction. But I have no idea. When you say, when we plan the show, I'm like, what are you talking about? We plan that. Dude, I show up.
You do show up, don't you?
I'm a prop.
You're my little stage prop.
See, there's the voice. That's the one.
Don't be silly. Silly boy.
I just like to see your reaction.
So apparently, let's look at this little headline here. This was interesting. Did y'all know Katy Perry is now an astronaut?
Better than an asteroid.
Astropop. Astronaut and pop singer Katy Perry says her 10-minute space ride is uniting the whole country. There's nothing more profound. Weren't there... How many astronauts were stuck in space for like 8 months?
Oh, there was a number, yeah.
And Katy Perry comes and kisses the ground. Now she's proclaimed an astronaut. And somehow that got more attention than the astronaut stranded in space. Our culture is so fucking dumb.
Yeah, it ain't her fault. She would be nothing if it weren't for what?
I hope.
Let's hear what some of what she had to say about this. I was curious about this.
Goody.
Let's take a look here, folks.
I hope they can see the unity that we modeled and replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space for the future.
Come on.
And
this is made up, right?
Like Gail said, this wasn't a ride, it wasn't a destination. It was a journey, and it was a supernatural one. And
is this AI?
My journey has always been about love and belonging. And I think that we have all felt that sometimes we weren't worthy or we didn't belong in certain ways, no matter all the accolades, no matter all the studying, no matter anything. And I think today we all said it, like, we belong here. Mm-hmm. This is where we belong, and we feel very sure of that. So I think that you'll never know the amount of love that you have inside of you to give and to receive until the day you launch. because you're leaving
Yes.
all the love behind
All of
and you're
it.
surrendering. And you're
Surrender.
hoping that you get another chance to love them again. And so when you come back down, you're like, oh, I get another chance and I'm going to
Oh
do
my
it.
God. Now I'm crying.
Oh my God, I'm crying.
Okay, can I ask a real quick question? Please do not make fun of me. I have heard of her before. What does she do? Why is she famous?
She's a pop singer, basically.
Oh, figures. Okay. Because I have no idea. I mean, I've heard of her before, but I don't know.
Dude, I love the profoundness of some pop star gobbledygook. I love it.
That was special. I swear, I
We're
thought that
not
was
going
AI.
to space. We're making space.
It's a journey.
I think. Did she get her cues from Kamala Harris? Camel toe.
Camel toe? Dude, I got in trouble for saying camel toe.
Where'd you get in trouble, Mark?
They shut down my what account was it? My LinkedIn account. They shut it down.
All right, Mark. I gotta vent. I know we're live, but Mark, you need your damn LinkedIn. Why are you posting about Kamala toe on LinkedIn, dude?
It was relevant. It was during the campaign, and that's her name.
Is that why you're not on LinkedIn, dude?
Dude, they shut me down.
Oh my
Those
God,
commie
Mark.
bastards shut me down on LinkedIn because
Mark's making political posts now on LinkedIn page. God,
not anymore.
dog it, man.
I got to start a new one.
Dude, how many? Oh,
No, I've only had one LinkedIn page.
But you had how many followers do you have on there?
There's about 20,000 connections. I'm a rock star, bro. I'm a rock star. They shut me down for saying camel toe, but I used a K. Camel, get it?
You're killing me, Mark.
They shut it down. I'm fighting them.
Can you keep it on X, brother?
Well,
Dude,
X,
we had campaigns. Okay, whatever. We'll move on. Mark, you are hereby cited 2 demerits.
2?
2 demerits. This is now the meal I shall cook you as punishment for your crimes. Except in mine, it will be.
What is this? What is this?
It will be including Vienna sausages. This is what you deserve, Marcus.
What is that? What is this? Okay, it's a McDonald's hamburger. Are you kidding me?
This is what you get. This is what you get.
What is that? What is that? Oh, bacon? Is it? No. No.
This is what you get. Oh, hell yeah. That's
Oh,
all for you, buddy.
Lord of mercy.
This is what you get.
What is?
Modern females.
What is that?
This is what you deserve, right? Oh, with some Arby's. You're cross-pollinating the fast food chain, eh?
Is this serious? Is this? I mean, that's
You
real
have to eat this for getting barred. Oh, look at that love plate. Some hot plastic. Like a little phytoestrogen in there. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, look at that floppy bacon. It went from crispy to floppy.
That is so disgusting.
Served on a...
Are you? You'd eat that, Travis. You'd eat it.
Mark, I didn't get kicked off of LinkedIn.
Lincoln.
With
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn with 20,000 connections.
It wasn't planned. I didn't know I was breaking any laws. I just referred to the former vice president as Camel Toe. That's her name, Kamala Camel Toe. It could have been a misspelling.
Can't believe that's why you're off LinkedIn. You're killing me, dude.
I'm going to start another page.
That's what you're going to eat for lunch today, and we're going to get it reviewed. What do y'all think?
Let's do it. We haven't done a review since we did the barbecue, and that was a very popular
From now
review.
on, reviews are just going to be you eating Vienna sausages and meals like that.
God.
Until you get 20,000 connections on LinkedIn again, that's our reviews now. No more brisket, no more delicious barbecue from Mark Pruitt.
Oh, fried Vienna sausage.
You know what? That'll be the first one.
Okay.
Fried Vienna sausages. Maybe some jarred eel.
And some bangers and toast.
And some liver gravy.
Ow. I can just feel that.
Damn it, Mark.
Okay. I'm sorry about the
LinkedIn, man.
I'm sorry about it,
Sorry,
man.
folks. Y'all gotta see it live.
I'm sorry about LinkedIn. They're giving me a hard time on Twitter or X.
Could be worse.
There's some commies still over at X, man. We need to Doge. We need to go in and do a Doge deal for Elon.
Do the
at
Doge
X.
deal.
Yeah, because he's still got some undercover commies in there.
Oh man! Not only that, you got to eat meals like that, but this is also your punishment. You got to date a woman like this.
God.
I think it makes you a better.
Oh no. Are you serious?
Ladies, tune in. You're gonna love this one.
I think
Oh,
it makes you a better partner because then you can come home, deal with your wife's whinging. You know, you can get on with
Whinging.
looking after the kids, and you can still do that part of your life, but you're just sneaking off elsewhere to get pleasured.
Oh, I don't
This
like
is-
what
this-
you're
this- this-
saying
this is
at
for peop- this
all.
is for
And you're a
people-
woman.
This is for people
is
that aren't
his
happy
wife. Who gives a
necessarily.
It's like if they're going to work and doing a hard day shift, they need to be treated. And if the women aren't doing that,
You just think women should service men, and it's all about like them being happy when they come home from work.
they should be listening to my advice now. Say
Your
go home,
advice
put some
is
nice
so
underwear on.
ridiculous.
Are you guys gonna kiss?
Look at this horny dude.
The shit that is coming out of your mouth. Honestly, it's so pick me. Are you that
I don't need to be
desperate for
pick me.
attention?
I am already been chosen. Like I am the main character.
Yeah.
I'm sat here and you're calling up from what? Your car? To your husbands and their partners, they pay my bills and my family's bills and have made me a millionaire. So
That one day when you get married and fall in love, you could be giving him all the sex in the world, and
Yeah.
he still may cheat on you.
see, no, that's impossible because I'm too hot and I'm too good in the bedroom.
Women can sometimes, and men can never get over that betrayal.
Oh yeah.
And that destroys a person. So you're encouraging that, and that's what I have a problem with.
We all talk about being happy and doing what's best for you. And if her isn't the best thing, then yeah, he needs to go elsewhere.
Oh wow.
That's what you get. Do you hear me, Marcus? Come home, deal with your whinging. Ladies, what do y'all think about that one, huh?
I'm speechless.
How about that? How about that dude sitting there? Are y'all gonna kiss right now, mate? A kiss.
We're so screwed, bro.
Let me get a jar of jellied eels.
Get
you guys
a
kiss,
job.
mate.
Jellied
Oh my
eels.
God.
Ugh.
Talking about if you're unhappy.
It's all about happiness, Travis.
Oh man.
It's all about happiness. You got to be happy. If you're not happy,
Oh yeah. It's
Then-
all about happiness.
it's if I'm not
This
happy,
world needs the baby Jesus. Needs it. Needs it.
when did this
is
happen?
insane.
When did this happen?
Oh man, folks, y'all tune in to next Friday's show. We're doing a 3-hour segment. We'll get into that. We got a long-term.
Can you give
agenda.
them a little bit of a teaser?
So we'll be releasing teaser videos throughout the week on what we're going to be covering.
No
But
pressure.
one name alone, and everything you're seeing in the culture ties back to this one cretin, this Satanist disciple, Alfred Kinsey. You will not want to miss this show, folks. We're going to extend the show for about an hour. We're going to cover all the angles and some of the research that I did. Oh man.
Did you go down the rabbit hole?
It's not easy to cover that kind of stuff. However, the important thing to understand is the academia and what's promoted down to our kids and through sex education, and it's always to help the kids.
Right. So
It's
in
always
other
to
words,
help.
the
It's always to help the
machine,
kids.
the machine and the man. The man would be irrelevant. We wouldn't know about Kinsey if it wasn't for the machine.
Correct. And if you're going to push certain movements and you're going to destroy the family unit, you do need specific actors on the grand stage, the grand chessboard, they call it, to carry out these agendas. So tune in next Friday for a 3-hour special. We're covering Alfred Kinsey and the impacts he's had on culture, including his disciples. And let me tell you, you guys are going to be shocked with what we have in store for you during that show. Yeah, man, this is.
I'm really looking forward to it because I'm familiar with the whole Kinsey thing and where that, because of my activism with and against public education, because he's played a major crucial role, and one of the reasons why public education is such a debacle today and so vile. But I'm excited we're going to do that show, Travis. I know it's something you've been debating for quite a while.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah. So that's going to be an interesting one. Now I do want to see something here, because along those lines, oh, where is it? Where is it, Mark?
I didn't.
Where did you put it,
It's in my LinkedIn
dude?
account. It's in my LinkedIn account.
Mark,
Just
where'd
open
you-
up my LinkedIn account.
where'd you put it, man?
I did. I put it in the LinkedIn account, and I can't get back in.
Where'd you put it, dude?
By the way, one of the things they sent to me this week was
What's
they
that?
said that I wasn't a real person.
Who sent you that?
LinkedIn. So I'm going back and forth with them, saying, "Look, just turn." And they said, "Oh, now upon further investigation, you've
Okay. Are you trying to be Mark Pruitt or Jethro Bodine?
no Mark Pruitt." And it's got my picture. And they said your picture doesn't line up with it. Doesn't we believe that you're a fake person. Now, how am I supposed to take that?
Dude, they just you'll be lucky to get back on there, man. I can't believe you did that.
I want to find a good
Shame on
attorney.
you.
I want to find a good attorney. I think there's a case to be made here.
I should go put that can of Vienna out in the sun. And
Why?
then towards the end of the show, we're gonna watch you eat it.
Come on, man.
God, Mark.
Wasn't that bad?
Well, it's okay. Let's go through some more funnies. Do you want to go through some more funnies?
Dude, I want to laugh.
You want to?
Today's a good day for laughing.
I want to see if I can get you to. So I stumbled across this video. I really don't know what to make of this. I thought this was fake. Apparently, this was a real reaction.
How can you tell?
I don't know. I had to really search on it. Okay. I don't know who this chick is, but I know she's a rapper.
Chick. Why did you say
Slash,
say chick? That's very disrespectful.
Oh, dude, you know what? I'm not going to post it on LinkedIn. So don't worry. We're here. We're safe here on Rumble and X. I don't know about Facebook. Maybe Facebook. But
Or YouTube. I don't know.
tell me what you think, Mark.
Okay.
What do you know?
That you're a musician. But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck that mean? Make magic or something? What is musician?
I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I'm not no musician.
I,
I make music. I make
I-
music. And that's not all I do. I make music. I act. I'm a TV star too, a young mogul.
just really quick, I think you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever the fuck you said.
See, that's what I think you think I said. I
No,
said musician,
think
not
what-
magician.
I don't think, baby. I
But
don't think. What
I-
is that? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know.
So you
Think.
I didn't say magician, Suki. I said musician. And I think you are a musician.
No, baby. I do music.
So you just really quick for the record, could you say you don't think you're a musician?
I'm not none of that.
But then after that, you just said I do music.
Yeah, I do music.
So in other words, you're a musician.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Is that real?
Department
That's
of
not-
Education.
That's public education right there. That's what it produces.
But she ain't a magician, Mark.
Okay,
Maybe
is that real?
maybe you're getting confused.
Is that real?
That was real. That was not a skit, to my understanding.
Man, that's culture right there, buddy. That is culture. What? We don't survive, bro. I'm just telling you, man. That walks amongst it. Is that person somebody that we should know? Are they?
It's a musician.
You mean a magician?
A magician.
A man?
Shit, girl.
Yeah, girl. That's a magician of him. Dude.
You know she votes Democrat, right?
Hey, kid.
Is that racist?
Can I tell a true story?
Please.
Okay.
Let me button up for this one.
This happened actually in court. This is when I was
Oh God, here we
when I
go.
was
I love your stories.
This is when I was a Houston cop. I wish I could remember the judge's name. I can picture him. I can see him in my head. I cannot remember his name. I'm not going to divulge the name of my partner for this because
You can't.
no, I've not given him. I've not asked, and he's not giving me clearance. But anyway, this literally happened. Do you know what story I'm about to tell?
I think so.
Is it okay if I tell it?
Do it.
Okay. We arrested. So I worked down in Third Ward, arrested a guy for crack, and it was his third or fourth conviction, or it was going to be his third or fourth. So he couldn't plea out.
Right.
Had to be jury trial because he's going to go away for a long time if he gets convicted. He had a public defender who looked a lot like the young lady, the magician on this video here.
Right.
Looked a lot like.
I follow.
Okay. So my partner is on the stand, and you got to. My partner was he is an amazing guy, and he was really funny, and he could be a little bit cocky, and it's funny because when the few times that we ever went to court and had to testify or whatever, he'd go up and he'd sit in the witness chair and he'd cross his leg and he'd tap on the mic and he'd look at the jury, say, "Can y'all hear me? Can you?" And the judge is like, "Officer so and so, yeah, we hear you. You're fine." He goes, "Okay, thank you, Judge." This public defender stands up from her table. I'm going to call him Officer Smith. She said, "Now, Officer Smith, I'm going to ask you," and without hesitation, and he was left-handed, so he shifted around in the witness chair immediately, put his hand on his pistol, pointed at her and said, "Ma'am, if you attempt to ask me in this court of law in front of this judge and this jury, I will be forced to defend myself." I mean, and he said it as serious. I mean, just deadpan. The court, now there's no gallery, or there's not a bunch of people. There's just jury, the judge, and a couple of people. The court went silent, and it was probably a 3-count Mississippi, and the judge literally fell over, and he starts laughing. Then the jury starts laughing. And Jeff is still, anyway, he's still sitting there pointing at her, and the defending attorney, or the public attorney, the public defender, she loses her, just, Your Honor, starts going off. And the judge, now this is back in the good old days. I mean, we didn't put up with stuff like this. He said, "Ma'am, cool your jets," whatever he said. He said, "In my court, you will speak proper English."
Sure.
And I am telling you, dude, that is one of the funniest things I have ever seen in my life. Anyway, he was guilty. Went away for a long time. And the public defender, she was happy.
Oh, boy.
So anyway, true story.
Well, that's a pretty good story. I know you got some.
Oh, I got some good stories.
You got some good ones.
I got some good ones.
Well, we got to spread them out over time.
Okay. Well, however you want me to spread them.
You could do a whole show on just
good stories.
Your stories there.
Got some good ones.
All right, man. Let's change gears here. Let's check in on the Democratic voter base. See how they're doing out in public with people wearing MAGA hats lately.
Do you have your MAGA hat?
We know how it's going with people if you're driving a Tesla, right?
Ooh.
And the real interesting part, we'll cover a little bit of this, but did y'all know the right wing is the predominant actors of violence these days?
What? No.
It's true. CNN told me.
Did they really?
Yeah, we'll cover it.
Oh, it's in the news. It's got to be true.
We'll cover it.
Okay.
All right, let's check in on the left, shall we?
And you have a baby here with you. You're a disgusting, sick, vile, fucking weirdo. Oh my God, it's fucking right. You dumb bitch, you're with this shit. He doesn't want me or you to have equality. Oh my God, go pray for me. Touch me and watch me touch the fucking hands. I will hit and hold your leg. Sit down. Get out. You're not welcome here. You don't want these people here. You're not welcome. You want me to make you be okay. Comfortable in this one? Who the hell are you?
I'm proud of this man. This man here's some people like him.
Please call the cops. Thank you, sir. You don't like the fire service? You don't like veterans? Why are you disrespecting the restaurant wearing that hat? That doesn't make any damn sense. Y'all right now, this is crazy shit right here. This is some fucked up shit.
Look at the ponytail on the man.
So that guy with the ponytail, he was with her.
He was with her. Yeah.
And he was allowing her to do that.
There's so much I want to unpack just in that small little clip.
There is a lot to unpack.
But let me tell you something. I remember Patrice O'Neal, the famous comedian, always said, you know, if your woman pops off and puts you in harm's way, especially at games, sporting events, he told one gal he was dating, he said, if you can't kick that person's ass that you're screaming at, I ain't gonna defend you if he pops up.
Hell no.
Hit you or something.
Hell no.
But this is how insane people are over a Republican president. They're screaming at you in Mexican restaurants because you're wearing a MAGA.
Was that Casa Grande?
I was thinking it's that El Bosque, maybe. I'm not sure where that is, where that happened though, but something tells me it's I don't know. Texas has the best Mexican restaurant. So if it's not in Texas, it ain't a Mexican restaurant.
And in Mexican. Travis, there is a huge divide.
Yep.
It's not, it could be divided by Republican or Democrat or whatever, but whatever it is, there is no coexistence with the enemy.
They think you're Nazis. They think you are actually supporting concentration camp Nazis. Can you believe it?
Yes, I can.
Can you believe it? Oh my God. Oh God.
Oh God, no. No. No.
Nazi scum.
There's no coexistence with this.
Everywhere. I feel better.
Is it my imagination or is it usually chicks?
Hey, I don't know about any of you guys, but
Unfortunately.
I'm crashing out right now because right now it's feeling a lot like when we were sitting in high school history class learning about World War II and sitting there going, oh my God, how did this happen? How could nobody do anything about it? And we're living it right now because people are fucking dying in El Salvador, even though they won't say that they're dying in El Salvador. And we are just watching it on our little fucking screen. And we're going to work and we're buying $9 eggs. And we are just watching it. And I'm sitting here like, oh my God, well, what do we do? What the fuck are we supposed to be doing? Because I feel so powerless. I'm sitting in my car in the parking lot at my job and I just have to go to work. And I am going to just serve people food and be like, yes, how would you like your steak cooked? Oh, would you like to die in El Salvador? Because they're going to deport us all. What are we doing? What are we doing? Our Constitution means nothing because apparently the only thing keeping it together was people with honor and decency, and now we don't have those people. What?
Did you catch that?
There's a lot here, Travis.
Mark, they're rounding up people and putting them in that El Salvadorian concentration camp.
Where's El Salvador?
Oh no, that's out there over.
Isn't that a Mexican restaurant down there?
I think that's where that lady was screaming at that mega hat.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Down.
Some bitch.
We called it Casa Grande, but maybe she called it El Salvador.
Oh boy,
there's a lot to unpack there, Travis.
A lot to unpack there, my friend.
First of all, did you notice her reference to in history class? I'm gonna take it that probably wasn't a private school.
Probably not.
So I would love to hear what they learned in her history class. I can't even imagine the garbage that's being spewed in public education today. I know the garbage was spewed when I was back in the 80s or the 70s and 80s, I should say, but I can't imagine how vile the crap that's being taught in public school today is. People keep sending their kids.
And that's
Senator
going to lead us into our next segment, which is bold strategies. Cotton, you ready to cover some bold strategies?
Yes, I'm ready for some bold
'Cause
strategies.
this is what's going on, man. The left is in freak out mode
What? No.
over Trump's concentration camps.
What? What is that? That looks like barbed wire. No, that is like razor wire.
3.2 million views on X. This is Trump's concentration camp. Let's start using words that describe what it is. What you're seeing is, if you're a radio listener, this is a picture of the El Salvadorian gang prison. They built it specially for these violent satanic gangs. Okay. And the left is saying this is their concentration camp. Bold strategies, Cotton.
That's really quite fascinating.
So what do we have going on with this this guy that was deported from
Massachusetts?
I think it was Maryland.
Maryland. I'm sorry, you're right. No, it was Maryland.
And
The
then,
Maryland family man.
This is who is the senator of this state, because this is so wild. Senator Van Hollen. Senator Van Hollen is they literally made memes about this, and he did the meme. So some interesting chess play going on with the El Salvadorian president there, Bukele. And dude, Bukele is not playing around in his country when it comes to these gangs.
Oh no, he cleaned it up.
He cleaned it up. And Senator Van Hollen, the same one whose constituent in the state had her daughter violently, brutally killed by an let's see, Patty Morin, whose daughter was killed by an illegal immigrant, blasted Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen at the White House yesterday. Van Hollen traveled to El Salvador to try to secure the release of foreign migrant Garcia, Morin said, but didn't fight to keep Rachel safe. Barely acknowledged her, but what does he do? What does he do? Bold strategies is what he did. Oh my goodness gracious. Look, this immigrant they deported is wearing a Kansas City Chiefs hat, so you know he's legit. There's been pictures going around on the internet. I don't know that I can verify him, but it's clearly got a 13 on his hand from what it looks like to me. Dude, this is the angle that Democrats are playing on the immigration. What do you think? What do you think about this strategy?
There's a lot to be unpacked here. I think it's I think they learned very, very well from Goebbels on propaganda, how propaganda works, and that they know that there are tens of millions of people living in this country that are very susceptible to propaganda. And that's why they do it.
Well, this is such a bad look, man. This is just amazing. Democrats it's like they don't want, they don't, man.
Well, first of all,
I feel like they're screwed as far as the next couple of elections, but won't make a difference. The agenda goes on.
I wouldn't.
But check this out.
I wouldn't check them out. I mean,
Dude,
I wouldn't.
El Salvador's president is hilarious. Kilmar Abrego Garcia, miraculously risen from the death camps in torture, now sipping margaritas with Senator Van Hollen in the tropical paradise of El Salvador. He subtweeted, now that he's been confirmed healthy, he gets the honor of staying in El Salvador's custody.
That is hilarious.
He ain't getting home.
Well,
he ain't getting Bukele is going to keep him there apparently, and that's really that. And here's the words from the mom of the woman that was killed by an illegal. And let's do a comparison here.
That she was beaten so badly that her body was blanketed in bruises, that she was strangled, that she was raped, and that she was stuffed into a drain pipe.
Jesus.
The person that they alleged did this was an illegal immigrant from El Salvador that was a Godaway. This is what she looked like before that day. Oops. She's a beautiful woman, but more than that, you can tell from looking at her just the light that comes out of her. She was a happy person. She loved her children.
I think it's important that we go to El Salvador to show his family, his wife, his mother, his brother, his kids, that we're not giving up.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Bold strategy. Voted no on the Lincoln Riley Act, by the way.
He'll be reelected.
Dude, that is a bold, that's what we call bold strategy, Cotton. Let's check in with even CNN on how the poll numbers are looking as far as immigration is concerned. You're going to like this one. Mark.
Why is Trump focusing on immigration? Let me just tell you, this is where Trump wants to focus. Pretty please, with a cherry on top. Why is that? Look at Trump's net approval rating on immigration. Compare where we are now, compare where we were at this point in his first term. In his first term, he was underwater at minus 12 points. Look at where he is today. He's actually above water. This is one of his strongest issues at plus 1 point. And more than that on the net approval for him on this issue has stayed steady in the positive. This is an area where Donald Trump wants to focus, because the bottom line is this is an area in which the American people, at least the bare majority of them, seem to like what he's doing.
And you've shown the impact on how people feel about his handling of the economy and what he's been doing. So let's stay here with this. Compare where he is on immigration to where Biden was. We know that this was why he leaned into immigration so much.
Yes, this is a big reason why. So take a look here. This is on immigration. What track are we on? The right track or the wrong track? Look in December. Look at the percentage who said we were on the wrong track. 62% of Americans when Joe Biden was in office, compared to just 14% who said that we were on the right track. Flash forward to April. Well, hello, 45% say we're on the right track compared to 42% who say we're on the wrong track. So in a big switcheroo from where we were back in January, the plurality of Americans say that the country is on the right track when it comes to immigration policy. Back in December when Joe Biden was president, the vast majority said that we were on the wrong track. Again, this points out that on the whole, Americans like where we're going on immigration policy under Donald Trump, which is very different.
Yep. Again, and here is another segment on the
What about
deportations.
on the specific issue of deportations? I mean, compare it maybe today Trump to first term Trump.
Yeah, this I think is the big change. You know, we were talking about changes in policy and how Americans want policy to be carried out. Deport all undocumented immigrants. Voters favoring the government trying to deport all 11 million of them. Back in 2016, just 38% of voters wanted the government to try to deport all 11 million undocumented immigrants. Compared to where we are in 2025, 56%, the majority, the American people have come a long way on this issue, much closer to Donald Trump. And I think that's a big part of the reason why Americans are increasingly saying the country is on the right track.
Yeah, and this is, again, you know, the leanings into... They're leaning into Donald Trump's position. This has never been popular, but the Democrats have only been able to quell what's actually been happening for so long until I remember when boats started crashing on the shores in California and people just running out of them. That's the shit you saw in Italy, in Spain, over in Europe. And none of that's classified as illegal immigration over there, by the way.
No.
But when it started happening over here, all of a sudden people are like, oh man, this is maybe this isn't okay. And then of course you had the election come up. But here is the high level IQ strategies going on from Democrats.
So I am telling you that this is a failed thing, but we've got to do better to connect the dots and let people know the reason you can't afford a home is because of these failed immigration policies. The reason you're not going to be able to afford your food is because of these failed immigration policies. And the same can go for the hospitality industries, where we have so many of those in the hospitality industry that are saying they do not have the workers that they need right now.
Bold strategy, Cotton. You can't afford a house because we aren't doing illegal immigration.
Let me ask you,
This is nuts, dude.
Well, okay. There's a lot here. Can I
Yeah.
just say this one thing?
Yeah.
She's elected.
Mm-hmm.
See, when I see these politicians, I don't blame them. I don't really, just really don't blame them for any of this. They're elected. There are enough people in these politicians' districts that go to a polling place, stand in line, cast their vote, and elect these type. My concern with all of this is not the politician, the tens of millions of people living in this country that I don't believe are stupid. I think they're evil.
They're absolutely evil.
They're evil. Now, can you coexist with that much evil? At some point, this has to be fixed. And there's no election, there is no politician that can fix these problems. You cannot coexist with that much evil. Something has to be done about the evil.
And the biggest thing is just saying no. And that's for people on the other side. I mean, it's going to smack you across the face eventually, but let's go through how warped the typical average person on that side who thinks El Salvador's got a concentration camp that Trump is using for his political dissidents.
And when you say El Salvador, you're not talking about the Mexican restaurant.
No.
You're talking about the country.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Okay. El Salvador's Center for Confinement of Terrorism has become a symbol of President Nayib Bukele's hardline approach to gang violence. Opened in February 2023, this maximum security facility stretches across 57 acres in the rural area of Toluca, about 45 miles southeast of San Salvador, with a capacity for 40,000 inmates and described as Latin America's biggest prison. CCOT houses what Salvadoran officials call the worst of the worst gang members. So this report examines some of the most heinous crimes committed by gang members now incarcerated at CCOT and analyzes the impact of El Salvador's anti-gang initiative on crime rates. If you've seen the video, I'll see if I can get some of this for today, but let's check this out. Here's 5 examples. Bus driver execution. One particularly horrific case involved a bus driver who refused to pay extortion money to gang members. When he stood his ground against their demands, gang members retaliated with shocking brutality. They shot him in the legs to prevent escape, then set his bus on fire with him inside. Most disturbing of all, they recorded his death as he burned alive and distributed the videos through WhatsApp groups to spread terror throughout the community. So that's one of the systematic uses of some of these tactics. Bear with me, folks. I'm dealing with something. Okay. Mass killing spree in March of 2022. In a coordinated attack that ultimately triggered President Bukele's declaration of a state emergency, gangs in El Salvador killed 87 people over just 3 days from March 25th through March 27th of 2022. March 26th alone saw 62 murders, making it the deadliest single day in Salvadorian history since the end of the Civil War in 1992. The mass violence was reportedly triggered by the breakdown of an alleged truce between gangs and the government, according to Florida International University researcher Jose Miguel Cruz. Public transit bus burnings with passengers inside. Gang members employed an especially horrifying tactic to terrorize communities by setting public transportation buses on fire while passengers, including children, were still trapped inside. These attacks not only targeted innocent civilians, but also strategically undermined public infrastructure, creating an atmosphere where people feared using public transportation. So skinning victims alive. This was a MS-13 famous, and we'll go through a little bit of the high-level initiation rites of an MS-13 gang member who's famous for recruiting young kids who had to rape and kill pregnant women, children, and other satanic type rituals in order to be initiated. Among the most disturbing torture methods employed by gang members was skinning victims alive. The extraordinary, painful, and dehumanizing form of torture wasn't just about inflicting physical suffering, but served as an extreme demonstration of power and a warning to others. Such brutality helped establish the reputation of gangs like MS-13, which became known for extreme violence. And of course, the sexual violence. The most shocking reports are that gang members committed sexual violence against the most vulnerable victims, including the gang rape of infants. These unconscionable acts reflect a level of depravity that transcends typical criminal behavior and demonstrates how gang culture has systemically destroyed normal human empathy and moral constraints. Before the new president's crackdown, El Salvador had one of the highest homicide rates in the world. In 2015, the country recorded a staggering rate of 103 homicides per 100,000 people, making it the highest in the world at that time. Between 3,000 and 6,000 people were murdered annually in a country of just 6 million people. Gangs controlled approximately 85% of the country's territory. Gang influence extended beyond direct violence to include political manipulation. Gang leaders stated they could determine the outcomes of elections. They prevented political candidates from campaigning in neighborhoods under their control. So basically, the whole country was held hostage by these groups. In response to the March 22 violent spike, Bukele's government declared a state of exception that suspended several constitutional rights and empowered security forces to conduct mass arrests of suspected gang members without traditional due process. So this is where the concentration camp angle comes in. Here's what happened after he did this crackdown. So basically, if you were initiated, if you had the tattoos, if you were affiliated with them, they did not fuck around, is basically what happened. El Salvador transformed from having the highest murder rate in the world to now claiming the lowest homicide rate in the Western Hemisphere. The dramatic reduction occurred in just a few years, resulting in approval ratings of over 90% for President Bukele. The imprisonment has led to around 80 to 85,000 people being arrested. So that's like probably 2% of the population, it's looking like. Let's see. So anyway, the need and the response has been the response to these gangs. And again, you're going through these initiation rites that are satanic in nature. We won't get into all the brutal details of it, but use your imagination. If they're gang raping infants, I think you can probably assume the worst. What do you think, Mark?
Oh, it's unimaginable. And unfortunately, most people don't really, until this lands on your doorstep, most people are horrified by this, or they don't like to hear this, or they're maybe somewhat aware of what's going on. But until it happens to you, who cares?
Yeah. And let's just go ahead and make this huge case to let's vote no on the Laken Riley Act and then fly to El Salvador to return a gang member to America.
Yeah.
You know, this is a bold strategy, Cotton.
And it works, Travis.
It's a bold strategy. The Democrats' top 4 heroes now: a murderer named Luigi, a murderer named Camelo, an MS-13 illegal gang member, and a Palestinian Hamas supporter. So these are now heroes. And
so what does that tell you? There are two very distinct sides in America, very much separated, and cannot coexist. Can your family coexist with a culture that their top 4 heroes or who you just named off?
Yeah, this is
there's no coexistence with this, and it's not going to be fixed through elections or politics.
Man, I hate to laugh about it, but it's absolutely insane, man.
It's evil. It's evil.
Yeah. How many people heard about this in Nikita Kasap case, by the way? Let's talk about 17-year-old Wisconsin teen Nikita Kasap, who's accused of murdering his parents as part of a broad neo-Nazi extremist plot to assassinate President Donald Trump.
What?
Recently unsealed FBI documents provide a troubling portrait of the case, which has evolved from a local double homicide investigation to a federal terrorism probe. On February 28th, how many? I haven't heard about this story, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I caught wind of this and started digging a little bit this morning. On February 28th of this year, authorities discovered the bodies of 35-year-old Tatiana Kasap and her 51-year-old husband, Donald Mayer, in their Wisconsin home after conducting a welfare check. The check was prompted when Kasap had been absent from school for nearly 2 weeks, and family members became concerned. When deputies entered the residence, they found both victims in an advanced state of decomposition with gunshot wounds. According to medical examiner reports, the mother had suffered multiple gunshot wounds to the neck, upper torso, abdomen, and right wrist, while Donald Mayer had been shot in the head. Investigators believe the murders occurred around February 11th, with evidence suggesting the son continued living in the home with his parents' body for approximately 2 weeks. He's 17, guys. This kid's 17 years old. When authorities searched the home, his mother's body was found wrapped in blankets in a hallway, while the dad's body was discovered in his first floor office covered with a pile of clothes. Yeah, shot with a .357 Magnum and even killed the family dog. So he was apprehended on February 28th, approximately 800 miles from his home, after he failed to stop at a stop sign. I'm telling you, God works in pretty incredible ways, man. Initially charged with operating a vehicle without consent and theft, the charges were quickly expanded as the investigation revealed more scope of his crimes. Here's his counts. 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of hiding a corpse, theft of property exceeding $10,000, theft of movable property, operating a vehicle without owner's consent, 2 counts of yeah, they're just throwing the book at him, basically.
Now, wait a second. Is he in the market for a real estate agent and a car salesman?
Now he is. Shut up. Oh, man. Let's see. Okay, so the case took an extraordinary turn when federal authorities revealed the investigation uncovered evidence of a plot. This is where it gets super interesting, right? Of a plot to assassinate President Donald Trump. According to the FBI affidavit, Kasap allegedly murdered his parents to obtain financial means and autonomy necessary to carry out the assassination plot. Federal investigators discovered material on Kasap's phone related to the Order of 9 Angels, which they described as a network of individuals holding neo-Nazi, racially motivated extremist views. I am very curious about the Order of 9 Angels.
I'm curious about why are Nazis wanting to kill? Because aren't we Nazis?
This is where it gets super confusing.
Okay, I'm confused.
We're gonna have to have we're gonna have to have Eleanor Grayson find us an expert on this.
Yeah, please.
Because I know she knows one. There's
no doubt.
Listen to this. The FBI's review of his communication revealed they described as a self-described manifesto that called for Trump's assassination, the start of a revolution to save the white race. That is super confusing. Because I thought
that's why he's not getting a real estate agent and a car salesman.
That's what I think too.
Yeah.
They tend to look down on this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, for a party that's supposedly, man, the left can hold so many contradicting views. It's hard to keep up.
Cognitive dissonance?
Yeah. The 3-page document contained anti-Semitic content, bomb-making instructions, and images of Adolf Hitler with the text, "Hail Hitler, hail the white race, hail victory."
I think it's Heil.
Oh, Heil.
9. What kind of Nazi are you?
Yeah. So anyway, this is crazy. Listen to this though. The FBI indicates that Kasap was in touch with other parties about his plan to kill the president and overthrow the government of the United States. These communications reportedly occurred via TikTok and Telegram. He paid, at least in part, for a drone and explosives to be used as a weapon of mass destruction to commit an attack. So they found basically instructions modifying the drone, Molotov cocktail details. And this is where it gets pretty interesting. He apparently was in touch with people in Ukraine.
What?
Hmm.
What?
How do people in Ukraine?
Why is this keep going back to? Weren't some of the other people that were trying to assassinate the president connected with? What is going on here, Travis? What is going on? This is very intriguing.
How does a 17-year-old get in touch with people in Ukraine on TikTok and Instagram? And how? That's pretty interesting.
Could that be a bold strategy, Cotton?
I think that's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's, but at the same time, you want to hold some contradicting views. This is how the left has perceived.
Nadine Seiler is a longtime progressive activist.
We've met before. I've seen you at protests in Washington, D.C. against Trump, against January 6th, all that sort of stuff. Is accepting the violence that was committed against Brian Thompson.
America was founded on violence.
But
America was founded. Make America great again to when they came and massacred the indigenous people, millions and millions of indigenous people.
But by supporting the murder of a healthcare CEO, doesn't that make your side as culpable?
I don't hear them condemning the Proud Boys, who he said stand by, whatever it is. Once they start condemning them, then I will reassess. But until then, no, I'm not reassessing.
About a third of the building has been blown away.
And while America's roots are soaked in bloodshed, violence in the country today is mostly from right-wing extremism. From Oklahoma City to Charlottesville to January 6th. There is simply no equivalent on the left.
Bold strategy, Cotton. There is simply no equivalent on the left.
There's a lot of people they believe it. There's no coexistence with these people. You're never going to get along. We cannot beat them politically. You can't beat communism politically. And no politician can fix this. Trump can't fix this.
This is just, it's absolutely incredible what's going on here. And then here, let's highlight some of what's been going around on TikTok that's been going pretty viral. The Party of Peace, ladies and gentlemen. We're not getting any tax cuts, but every billionaire will. Very loving, very, very liberal. So let's see if this is real. We're going to see live in real time. Apparently, is it Kentucky?
I'm from Kentucky. Barney, Kentucky. Jethro Bodine. You can find right there on my Facebook page.
Let me see. Where is this?
People actually ask me if I'm really the Jethro Bodine.
The pic below is of a window at the Kent State University Visual Arts Building taken Wednesday, April 16th, 2025. Wow. That's very interesting. Very artsy. As Charlie Toth would say, just don't have the levels of sophistication. Take this in.
They're dead serious about this stuff. These are not threats. These are not just trying to scare tactics.
Yeah,
these people are evil.
I mean, look, this is there's gotta be a way to get past this level of rhetoric, but it goes to emphasize the point that this whole movement, this is evil. It's anti-God, anti-human type of evil, and it's geared towards normalcy. It's geared against the good versus evil. And they have to convince these people that we are this evil. You heard that lady there. They still believe in the Charlotte hoax.
Mm-hmm.
We heard what happened to Black Monday, by the way. There was supposed to be a black economic crash, and we were all supposed to be fighting for our lives. And, I had a bunch of liberals with $12 in the Robinhood account that were saying, "Oh, are y'all winning?" Man, Still, a lot of these hoaxes are going around. They still believe it. And, you know, this is, let me just still shot there. There you go, people.
That's what we're up against.
This is it.
There's no coexistence with this.
There it is. So, keep your love about you, keep your resilience about you, because man, it's pretty bad out there, folks.
And
I don't mean to laugh, but my God, man, my God, it's that's part of the challenges with this show is, we're here upcoming on Easter weekend, and there's just so much to cover, and not a lot of it's good. So let me see if I can, let's see if I can switch gears here for a minute. I really can't though. There's so much. Look, you got to cover this. But anyway, that's our segment on bold strategies from the left. Let's see how it works out for them.
Do we have any bold strategies from the right? Do we have any bold strategies from real Americans?
No, dude.
Patriots?
Not that I'm seeing. Look, I'm still a little optimistic about Pam Bondi and Kash Patel.
Are you really? Are you?
A little bit. But, dude, we're going to have to see some worthy arrest, man.
Who is the attorney general up there? And I don't know if she's prosecutor, attorney general from New York that put Trump on trial.
Oh, Letitia James. She's under investigation. Roger Stone has a really good breakdown about
let's do something here.
Okay.
Can we make a friendly wager on whether or not do you think she's going to go to prison?
No.
I don't either. Okay, then we can't have that wager.
No. But in some good news, let's cover what's going on in the UK. The UK Supreme Court rules trans women are not legally women.
Yeah, how did that happen?
This is pretty interesting. The case originated from a Scottish law requiring 50% female representation on public boards. I'm just going to leave that there, which included trans women and GRCs as women. The feminist group for Women Scotland challenged this, arguing that such inclusion went beyond the intended legal meaning of woman. So this is so interesting to me, because can you be feminist but still support these movements if you can just put a wig on and now you're a woman?
Okay, along that line,
come on.
Can I ask you a question?
Ask.
Okay, I'm going to ask you. It seems to me now, maybe, and this is what I'm going to ask you. Maybe it's my imagination. It seems to me overwhelmingly that the confusion is, what is a woman? I don't hear the same type of questions about what is a man. Why is it specifically, this all seems to be geared at women?
Ooh, you know what? I'm going to save that for next week.
Oh, okay.
Because that's part of, that's an interesting question, Mark.
So in other words,
why is it all geared towards men dressing up as women?
Okay. So in other words,
not all of it.
No, not all of it. But seriously,
of it.
The biggest question is, what is a woman? I mean, Matt Walsh's, it's always about what's
a man?
You never hear what's a man. So
that's interesting. Yeah.
But here's the deal. It's not by accident, is it?
No, it's not.
There is a specific folks, you really need to tune in next week and get your friends to tune in. I promise you, Travis has, this is not a new topic for Travis. This is something that he has studied over a lot of his lifetime, because it is fascinating. It's horrifying, but it's also fascinating. You need to tune in next week and hear what he's bringing, because you need to hear it for your family. You need to hear it. You just need to please tune in next week. This is going to be really good.
Yeah, we really are going to go down some of the footage that I got. It's shocking, dude. It's shocking.
And
things that were aired on Nickelodeon.
But it's shocking to you, even
and
though
Hustler,
you know.
Penthouse, Playboy. I had no idea. Just wait. We'll get into it. But it's all related to all this stuff. The court's decision applies across the UK, not just Scotland, is expected to impact policies regarding single-sex spaces such as shelters, hospital wards, changing rooms, and sports. The attack on normalcy is a big part of the topic on next week's show. The inverse on it. I mean, it's enough to just Let's get some reaction.
We will not let fear win. A world without trans people has never existed. A world without drag has never existed, and it never will. Queer people have always
Look, they're
been
still
here
wearing
amongst us.
masks.
They are our coworkers. They are
Why?
our brothers, our sisters. They are our mothers, our fathers. They are our families. Drag is art. Drag is culture. Drag is educational. Drag is creative. Drag is comedy, but drag is not a crime.
Dude, by the way, come on. I need this to go down. Can you see protect 2S LGBTQI+? Dude, it's just rapidly expanding. Look at the symbolisms of fealty here. This is the symbolisms of the worship of the tyrannical scientific state. Wearing a damn mask.
There's only
Still.
one man. There's only one man in that photograph, and it's the one dressed up like a woman.
No,
that's something else to understand.
This right here. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. So there's two men, but they're pretending to.
But what
be
about
women.
that? That's a man.
Where?
What is a man? No, that's not a man. Folks.
No.
2S LGBTQI+. This is guys, tune in next week. We're going to get into this, and it's absolutely shocking where you're seeing a lot of this getting pushed from and why it's so prevalent today. There is a trail. There is a trail.
You hear a lot of people say, how did we get, you hear this question.
Oh,
a lot.
dude,
How
we're
did
going to
we
get
here?
into it.
How did we get it? But now,
When you
if
see-
you really want to know, if you really want to know an answer to that question, folks, if you have not asked in the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years, how did we get here? How do we, what Travis is going to go into next week will answer that question.
And it's very obvious. It's absolutely insane. Let's see some more reaction.
Is she crying because she's happy, or is she crying because she's sad?
She's sad, man.
Because,
or he's sad,
or it's sad.
It's sad. It's sad.
Now, if that's a guy and he's touching its boobs, is that sexual
To me-
harassment? Because
Dude,
if I had
it's-
boobs,
let me tell you something.
I couldn't keep my hands off of them.
It's worse if that's an actual female doing this. I mean, look, Gay Pride Month's around the corner. Get ready, folks. They're coming. They're coming. Here it comes, man. Come on, kiddies. Gather round. Oh, these people are just totally normal. Let's oh man. You'll like this
Well,
one. Mark.
yes, I played Satan in the church play. When I was a kid, I played Satan.
Let's play that again.
Well, yes, I played Satan in the church play. When I was a kid, I played Satan.
Look at that. Look at that. That's so trendy and love it, Mark.
How did we get here? How did we get here, Travis?
I'm going to let Alex Jones rant about it.
All this is a societal wrecking ball to destroy any semblance of normality, any semblance of basic human biology that you see in the bees and you see in the birds. Imagine if somebody in a demon outfit showed up next to a baby giraffe and said, "Hi, I'm a demon. Be inclusive. Don't be mean to me. Let me wear demon horns and come up and look like a complete alien from another planet. Let a space alien." And by the way, this is a program. They dress up like space aliens all over the United States and all over the world. I told you, in horrible demon psychopath outfits that make Pennywise look beautiful. And they show up and they have their way with your children in demon outfits. I mean, if you've got men that look like 400-pound goblin demons with your children, there's nothing you won't put up with. There isn't a species on the planet that would let something that looks like a space alien get up close to its kids, but only in America does it happen, and I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it right now. I can't handle it more.
We actually we need that. That's actually normal.
I love Alex Jones, bro.
Listen,
I do.
That is actually a normal response.
That is an absolutely normal
That is the way we all should be responding. My question is, why isn't everybody responding like that? That is normal. That is a normal human being's response to this evil.
Well,
we've
and
accepted
look,
evil.
This is there's layers that are supposed that this is one angle of the push. There's other angles that are coming. And it ain't just LGBTQ plus QRSTUVWXY, what the fuck is Z? It's something else. And we'll get into that. Again, tune in next week for that. But y'all won't believe where this is going next. And this is when you push the envelope of normalcy and kind of the nuclear family structure, where do you think this is going? We'll get into it next week. So that was our I love that Alex Jones rant, man.
I love Alex Jones. He's passionate, and I'm serious. Why aren't more of us responding like that? Because people will look at that and they'll say, he's crazy. He's absolutely sane.
Oh yeah, that's a normal reaction.
That should be a reaction to evil.
A normal reaction, man.
Why aren't more parents responding like that? That's the problem. We just sit back and take it, Travis.
Yeah.
We just sit back and take it.
Oh man, it's absolutely incredible, dude. Absolutely incredible. All right, let's get into some of the news segments. There's been a lot going on, and I know people want to hear about the Carmelo Anthony case.
What? How about that name, first of all? Is it C Carmelo or K? I've been spelling it with a K.
I think it's K.
I think it's K too, but I did K for camel toe and I got kicked off of LinkedIn.
Okay, so for those of you who may be hearing about it for the first time, let me give a high-level overview. On April 2nd, 2025, the UIL District 11-5A Championship track meet in Frisco ISD's Kirkendall Stadium. A confrontation between Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf, both 17, turned deadly. According to reports, Metcalf and his twin brother told Anthony he was sitting in the wrong place, which led to an altercation. Anthony took out a knife from his backpack and stabbed Metcalf in the heart, who later died from his injuries. Anthony was initially held on a $1 million bond, what was released on April 14th after Judge Angela Tucker reduced the bond to $250,000. As conditions of his release, he must wear an electronic monitoring device, remain under house arrest, and can only leave his residence with prior court approval. One of the most contentious aspects of this case involves the substantial fundraising efforts on this murderer. A Give, Send, Go campaign has raised over $458,000 towards a goal of $500,000. As of April 17th, the fundraising platform's co-founder, Heather Wilson, has defended a decision to host the campaign. Now, there's been some allegations, and I really want to see. So here's what's happened. Okay. They set up the campaign fund, and apparently these funds haven't actually been released to them. But here's the reports on what we know so far about what the family has been doing. Carmelo Anthony's living with family in a $900,000 home in a gated community, bought new car after release on bond. The Texas teen accused of fatally stabbing a high school football star at a track meet lives in a close to $1 million home. And this is after a judge, despite requesting that a judge lowered his $1 million bond.
Do you have a picture of that judge by chance there, Travis?
I don't, but I want to, when I cover this story, I want more to come out before I go into this, but we're going to go on the high level stuff. Yeah, they reduced his bond for security reasons. They've moved into a rental home that's up to $3,500 a month. He got a new car, a resident told the outlet. If you look at the license plate, it's got a paper tag and it says expires June 4th. Apparently, it's a Cadillac Escalade.
Escalades. What?
They say don't stereotype, but what do you do when they kind of feel it? I should not. Anyway, let's see.
I mean, seriously, an Escalade, a new one. And then this is, I mean, I guess a lot of this we don't know.
I don't know if the families had money before, if they're already wealthy. I just look, this is what's going around right now.
But there does seem to be a number of media outlets, including Glenn Beck and some ones that normally they're spot on, that are confirming some of this, correct?
Yeah, there have been confirmations this is the case, and I'll get into let me see.
Can I ask you about Gifts and Go? Because this is also something that I hear people that supposedly they consider themselves conservatives are on the right. Gifts and Go Gifts and Go is simply a vehicle, a tool. Now, here's the deal. You know why Gifts and Go even exists? Because before Gifts and Go, it was all GoFundMe, right?
Right.
And remember in Canada, when the truckers were being funded.
Oh, that's right.
And GoFundMe stole their money.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what gave birth to Gifts and Go. Do you know? So here's the deal. I am a freedom guy. Freedom first. And freedom always means you got to put up with the good and the bad. I do not fault. In fact, I salute Gifts and Go for simply, they've said from the beginning, they don't care who you are. They will provide their service. And I applaud them for that. You know who else is in Gifts and Go? Stewart Rhodes.
That's right.
So don't get mad at Gifts and Go. They're not the problem.
Yeah,
folks.
I agree. Yeah, there's a lot coming out. They're claiming self-defense, of course. The father is alleging that there was a bullying incident in February. Now the money that is being raised and moving is all for security reasons, according to the family.
Securities.
Yeah, their attorney is saying every Texan has the right to protect themselves when they feel their life is at risk. Let's go through some of the media reports because they got this fella, Dominique Alexander, who's kind of like the de facto spokesperson for him. But before I want people to listen to the father of the victim. And get your thoughts.
Austin is being remembered as an outstanding student at Memorial High, his football team's MVP, and a young man of faith. His father grappling with loss and forgiveness.
I'm not trying to judge, but what kind of parents did this child have? What was he taught? He brought a knife to a track meet, and he murdered my son by stabbing him in the heart. The guy was in the wrong place. They asked him to move, and he bowed up. This is murder. I don't know. I know they have someone in custody.
Yeah, we do.
And you know what? I already forgive this person.
Already?
Already. God takes care of things. God's going to take care of me. God's going to take care of my family.
Austin is being remembered.
Pretty interesting, mentioning the forgiveness. I mean, you know, when I first saw that, I was a little angry at that because I don't want to ever imagine being in that kind of scenario and what you think. But I mean, that is kind of the godly Christian kind of angle to it. But here's what has happened as of late. So apparently the family held a press conference and Austin Metcalf's dad showed up. Here's what happened. Okay. Apparently he was kicked out, or he was attempted to be kicked out of the press conference.
It was open to
the claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false. We have not received a single dime from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser. And the co-founder has stated that clearly. In the reality, we were just notified yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds.
Okay, so we're
repeat that. What?
And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful.
He's
and
speaking
just
about the dad
shows
showing
you
up.
all the character who was not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family, but he did it. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words. Okay? What he has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate, yet bigotry, and yet racism. We have conservative operatives that have been posting nonstop about this case.
Okay. So the character, political operatives, he goes on to spew a tirade about Trump and Kyle Rittenhouse and everybody we've seen this movie before, folks. All right. Getting the new home, getting the new car. I hate to say this, but it's kind of on brand. All right.
What do you, whatever do you mean?
Like the BLM brand.
What are you saying?
It's on brand. I don't
Man.
think people buy as much of this kind of stuff anymore, but we'll see where the case goes.
What are you saying?
And let's talk about who is Dominique Alexander.
I think you're avoiding my question.
Dominique Alexander founded the Next Generation Action Network. Oh my God.
What dad?
No, I can't say it. Look at the.
Oh, I wish you could.
No.
Okay.
Dallas-based nonprofit organization that advocates for social change and equity for all, regardless of race, religion, nationality, gender, or sex, unless, of course, you're white. He established this organization in response to the unsolved killing of his friend Delisa Kelly. Political connections and influence. Alexander's activism has earned him a seat at the table of the Dallas City Police, despite his controversial past. He has campaigned for Democratic Dallas County District Attorney John Krasut and was involved in the hiring process for former Dallas Police Chief Renee Hall. His political advocacy has included supporting budget reallocations from police departments. Defund the police, anybody? Particularly endorsing a proposal to redirect $7 million from the police overtime budget. During city council meetings, he's received special treatment from some council members. For instance, council member Casey Thomas once moved to suspend council rules specifically to allow Alexander to speak.
You got a problem with that?
Let's go through his past here. In July 2009, Alexander was arrested for causing seriously bodily injury to a child.
Not true. Not true.
On brand.
Not true.
According to police reports, Alexander was babysitting his girlfriend's 2-year-old son when he called her to get home now without explaining why. When she arrived, she found her child unresponsive.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander initially claimed the child had fallen off the couch while he was in another room. However, a medical examination revealed the child had subdural hemorrhage between the halves of his brain and retinal hemorrhage in both eyes. The examining doctor stated the severity of his injuries is not consistent with rolling off the couch, more consistent with abusive head trauma and child physical abuse. Later, Alexander amended his story, claiming he had taken the child to play in a bounce house the evening before, though he never reported this to investigators at the time of the incident. The prosecutor presented 2 signed statements from Alexander. In the first, he claimed the child had fallen. In the second, he admitted to shaking the child. Alexander pled guilty to the charge in 2011 and received probation. Sounds like Dallas. However, he violated his probation multiple times, leading a judge to sentence him to 5 years in prison in 2016. Due to his credit, spent time on his probation, he ultimately served only 8 days behind bars. God. Years later, Alexander offered a different version of events, stating, "I didn't violently shake a child. All I said, I picked up the child to see if he was alert." You get what I'm saying? In the process, I'm shaking. I'm not violently shaking. There were no bruises on this.
I think he was axing.
He just axing if he was okay.
I think it was axing if he was okay.
In April 2019, Alexander was arrested in connection with 2 allegations of family violence against his longtime partner, Kiara Saunders, who was also a Dallas City Council candidate at the time. The charges included both a felony and a misdemeanor. According to police reports, Saunders alleged that on April 10, 2019, Alexander pushed her into furniture, breaking her toe, and attempted to strangle her, though she stated her breathing was not restricted. In a separate incident on April 15th, Saunders claimed Alexander accused her of being disrespectful, poked her forehead, blocked her from leaving, and headbutted her. She alleged Alexander then threatened her by saying he knew the chief of police and the district attorney, asking, "Who are you going to call?"
Why didn't she just stab him in the heart? Because
Defend herself. That's true.
Why didn't she just stab him in the heart?
Alexander was subsequently indicted for continuous violence against the family, a third-degree felony. However, the charges were ultimately dismissed in February 2021 after Saunders signed an affidavit stating she would not testify or participate in the case, adding that she felt betrayed by how the police department handled it. You think?
Defund.
Alexander's legal troubles extend beyond these major cases. In 2017, he was indicted on felony theft charges related to a 2016 business dispute in Denton County. These charges were enhanced due to a previous conviction for forgery. He pled guilty and received a sentence of 2 days in jails with credit for time already served. Court records also show Alexander has been convicted of evading arrest and making a false police report. His probation from the child injury case was revoked in 2016 after he left the state twice without informing his probation officer, wants to attend the DNC convention in Philadelphia, and wants to protest in Baton Rouge following the police shooting of Alton Sterling. Another interesting shooting, by the way.
Why do you even say all this, Mr. Travis? What point are you trying to make?
Well, let me finish the article.
Okay.
Following the 2016 ambush that killed 5 Dallas police officers at the end of the rally he had organized, Alexander refused when then Police Chief David Brown asked him to pause demonstrations out of respect for the fallen officers. Alexander later claimed that Chief Brown partially held him responsible for the officer's death. His confrontational style has drawn criticism. In 2019, he threatened to protest in front of Councilwoman Carolyn King Arnold's house, stating, "I'm not playing with her at all." Anyway, he's got a history of doing this kind of thing, and this is who the family has representing him publicly. I just want to say bold strategy, Cotton.
Oh, that's the content of the character.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Bold strategy. So we'll see what happens. I'm curious about the how the case is going to unfold and what's going to happen.
Do you really not know?
I think I know.
Okay.
I think I know. But let's see. There's some back and forth about self-defense and everything to this, and I really want to see more of the court testimony come out. But really, a knife to a track meet.
Travis, this is why there's no when I say there's no coexistence, this is one of the examples why there isn't, because there cannot be a criminal justice system in a country that's this divided, where you have enemy, because it doesn't matter
You
what the
can
evidence.
coexist if the mechanisms are in place to actually protect society.
Well,
they're just not there anymore.
Well, it's not that. It's okay. For instance, in this upcoming trial, everybody knows what's going to happen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's going to be OJ all over again.
Yeah.
Because all it takes is 1 or 2 people. It only takes one on the jury that says, nope, not guilty. And that kid's never going to spend a day in jail. Never.
Well, we'll see, because, I don't know, especially after the summer of love.
Nope. the kid.
I don't know if this will fly anymore. However, what I do think, and I know we've seen this Florida State University shooting. I'm going to touch on that a little bit, but I can already see kind of the angles going after the right about it, trying to tie it to right-wing extremism. Couple that with this case, maybe a shooting happening to some illegal immigrants or something. It's just, I feel like things are brewing up for some kind of event. I do. And I think maybe that case might play into it. I don't know. But yeah, let's talk about that FSU State shooting. This is the one part, for those of you that heard about it, that was at 12:01 p.m. yesterday. An active shooter was reported in the vicinity of FSU Student Union in Tallahassee, Florida. 2 fatalities, 5 individuals suffering gunshot wounds. I don't know anything about this, but I like to kind of wait on this. It's still pretty fresh. The alleged shooter has been identified as 20-year-old Phoenix Ickner. Ickner is the son of Leon County Sheriff's Office. Man, that county. That's anyway. Leon County Sheriff's Office deputy who has served the department for over 18 years. Apparently, he used, and it's a female sheriff. I'm sorry. According to Sheriff Walter McNeil, Ickner had access to one of his mother's personal firearms, which was among the weapons recovered at the crime scene. This is what was an interesting development that I noticed that really stuck out. A critical and confusing element to this incident was the coincidental timing of a planned active shooter training exercise. According to the reports, the Tallahassee Police Department had circulated a memo early in the day indicated they would be conducting a training exercise with loud bangs, crashes, and sirens at a location approximately 1 mile from campus.
Ooh, that's weird.
This exercise was scheduled to run from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, beginning almost exactly when the actual shooting occurred. When questioned about this coincidence, former FBI special agent commented, "You put out a notice that you're going to be doing this kind of training, and then people start hearing shots. They are wondering if this is the training or the real thing." Maybe a little bit of confusion there.
It's very interesting.
Very weird. But we've heard about training incidents coinciding with certain types of events in the past.
What do you?
I'm going to leave it there.
Okay. What do you
I'll leave
say,
it there.
Travis?
I'll leave it there.
Okay.
A little weird. A little bit weird, but anyway, you're seeing man, anyway, I like to cover the left's angles on some of this because it gets real confusing. The government needs to do more, but also the mom should have locked it up. What happened with this kid? What was going on with this kid?
Have you seen this picture?
I did see a picture. It's weird.
It's weird, dude.
It's weird. And anyway, just coinciding how, I'm kind of on the lookout for some events that might pop off. At the same time, you're seeing this Carmelo Anthony case going on, and this is the type of rhetoric that's going out there. A suspected white supremacist named Austin Metcalf, pictured with his twin, allegedly demanded honor student Carmelo Anthony give up his seat, like it was the Jim Crow era. Carmelo defended himself from the alleged threat. The Daniel Penny case set this precedent. So we're seeing the angles. Okay, folks?
Oh my God.
Alleged, he's a...
dude.
Man, this is not good. This is not good stuff.
It works.
This is not good stuff. Here's also some of the reaction from the left.
Hey, to all of the people who are against Carmelo Anthony, me as a black man in America, white people, I'm telling you and I'm telling you now, you ever even think to approach me, bully me, harass me, think you're going to be with your twin brother or twin whatever, and do anything to me, I too will poke you as well. Straight to the heart. And that's on self-defense. This is not the Jim Crow era. This ain't 400.
So yeah, you kind of get the angle that I'm getting at here, folks.
One thing to say.
Not good.
One thing
Not
to
good.
say. One thing.
Mark,
say when.
Dude, just stop. Okay. Anyway, let's go on to another. Man, I actually had a segment on road rage incidents because I found a lot of Karen videos.
Oh, you gotta love those. Those are humorous.
I do get into watching some of the Karen videos.
Oh yeah.
You want to watch some?
Yeah.
You want to
Come
watch
on,
some,
man.
folks?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Send them off to the weekend right.
Let's lighten it up a little bit.
Send them up to the weekend right.
It doesn't work like that. It takes days. I want to talk to the manager. Okay, 1 second. Hi, how can I help you? What the fuck? No problem. It's my problem. It's just you. You came in here acting like you own the place. I want to rent a yacht. Does it look like you have yachts? I see them all around there. We don't have any yachts for rent. I see them. Whose yachts are they? They're personal yachts. I guess you don't want to make no money here at this restaurant. I guess we don't. What? What the hell are you doing? You cannot record me. That is against my HIPAA law. Give me, ma'am.
My HIPAA law? What? Dude, I think that was staged.
No, that was not staged.
That's not staged?
That really did happen.
Okay.
That happened a couple years back. I love watching me some Karen videos, bro.
There's some crazy.
Let's see. There was some other. Here's another one.
You know there's no fishing on this property, right? How about we try mind your business on my mind? Oh, really? Oh, bastard!
Listen to bastard. Listen to this. Listen to her.
Oh, bastard!
Dude, who gets pissed over?
She was about to put some chick foo on him.
Imagine getting so enraged seeing someone fishing. The damn God,
dude. There's a lot of pinup hate.
Yeah, dude. People are losing their minds out there. I'm gonna have to save the road rage for.
Why?
Dude. It's a huge report, dude. Y'all be careful out there, man. And I gotta say this to myself too, because I get a little angry on the road.
No, you were about as easy going, happy go lucky. Do you really? I mean, so what is the one thing that'll get your goat? Hey, come on, we're driving down the road right now. Oh no, you're driving down the road. Okay, what happens?
You're in the fast lane. You're going at 9 miles over, and somebody's going 10 miles under.
Okay, so what is your response?
Honk the horn and tell them to fucking move.
So you honk the horn at them. You're a honker.
I'll put the brights first before I get to honk.
Okay. And then you'll honk.
And the courtesy is to move over. If I got someone coming up behind me and I know they're going fast, just move.
Dude, I don't drive in the left lane unless I'm passing. I am not in the right in the left lane.
My pops used to always say, there's never somewhere you got to be that's that important. So just chill. I don't do. Dude, there was one time if someone's really riding my ass, I get a little. All right, so I'll give my little. I was in Amish country out there in Pennsylvania.
You didn't flip off an Amish.
No, but it was 30 miles per hour. You got to watch out for those wagons, and that's a real deal. The buggies are out there, man. Yeah. The horses, and you see them like you. But this dude, he's on my shit, and I can't pull over.
A horse and buggy is on your.
No. Oh. It's a guy in a little hatchback. So he can't pass me. I can't pull over. So it's like, man, the speed limit's 30 and I'm going like 35, 36.
So you're already breaking the law.
I'm already breaking it. You probably would arrest me.
Oh man, you'd have been going to jail. I was like, hey, this boy going to jail.
Anyway, he gets up behind me and dude, he is like on. So I just, I'm coming up to my turn. So I just check the brakes.
Oh,
I did. I shouldn't do that, but I did. And then when we came up to it was a two-way, and I'm waiting for the car to pass, and I'm waiting, and I'm trying to time it where when I pull out, another car gets behind me, so now he can ride their ass instead of mine. And I did. He knows I'm doing this, and I can see him like turning the wheel, like gearing up beside me. And I do, and I pull out. He pulls out and like nearly wrecks just to stay behind me. And I'm like, this dude wants it today. He wants to meet me. That's what it was. I thought he was a fan of my, kind of like at the San Antonio event. I thought he was one of my autograph or something.
Yeah.
So anyway, I do that all the way and I'm just picking up food to bring to my hotel. And then I go and park, and he goes that way, and that goes that way. I go, you know what? I'm going to go introduce myself.
Oh, shit.
So I get out of the car, and I walk up to him.
You can't do
I go walk around and I know, and it's like, dude, and I remember as I'm walking going, why? What am I doing?
Travis, you can't.
And dude, I had just worked out. So I was like,
You're all
ready.
jacked up.
I'm ready.
Did you do your blue stuff?
I'm like there for business meetings, dude. And it's like, dude, but I can't be getting
Travis, you
show up and a
confront-
busted lip
or shot.
That's
Travis,
why I
you
wanted to
can't-
cover it. But anyway, I go and he sees me and he points. He points at me and he's got his girlfriend with him. And I was like, I said, start jawing at him. Come over here. Come on, let's talk. Let's talk. I start walking up to him and he scuttles inside of he puts his key card in there. And I was like,
no.
And I just said, that's why I thought you effing
pussy. Oh, you said the P word.
Well, I just, and then I walked back off and I cooled down and I'm thinking like, why did I do that? It ain't worth it, but you got to watch out. Cause I'm glad I don't drive a Tesla. I guess it could have been worse.
I had a buddy back, a workout guy that I knew from the gym. He was down in Pasadena. He's from Conroe. His family's from Conroe. He's down in Pasadena, and somebody was riding his ass or something like that. And he got out of his car and walked back, and the guy shot him dead right there on the
dude.
And guess what? No charges, because the guy was literally and my buddy was probably roid raging.
Oh no,
he was probably and he's big. This guy was legitimately afraid for his life. Oh, killed him dead.
Oh damn, dude.
Killed him dead. I mean,
you just
but he
honestly
deserved it.
I gotta.
You gotta. Yeah, you can't do that, Travis.
Can't do that.
No.
Very, very stupid on my part. I got kids and I got people depending on me, and that'd be a horrible way to go out. So, check yourself before you wreck yourself, right? Or you could turn. You
Take
could
a
end
deep
up.
breath. Do woosah. What would Dr. Gracist say?
She'd
Here
say
we
this.
go.
Oh, here we go.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, shit.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You fucking Jimmy, you piece of shit. Get the fuck out of the room.
Yeah. I'd
Gotta be careful, man.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to.
Gotta be careful out there, folks. And then I found there's this new Karen program apparently, where a Karen has already damaged her car, and then she goes and parks really close to another vehicle and goes, "Look what you did to my car." Don't believe me? Let's watch.
You're being serious?
I'm being dead serious.
Lady, are you crazy? Whoa, lady.
I'll punch the fuck out of you.
Hey, lady, you're crazy.
Erase
Lady. Lady.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, move it.
Oh.
No, you can't hit me.
That's right.
Yeah, call them. You hit me. I got you on camera hitting me. I got you on camera hitting
Look, man, look at the face. Oh,
no.
Look at that. Oh, I can't believe you hit me after I punched you.
You gotta laid her out, man.
No, you can't hit me.
Knock the ever living shit out of her.
Yeah, call them. You hit me. I got you on camera hitting me. I got you on camera hitting me.
Oh my God.
He's right.
Me.
Stay.
Me.
Stay.
Stay. Roll over.
You can get it. You hit me in the face. Yeah, here we go. Karen of the day. Karen of the day that decided to hit me. I mean, yes, you did. I was filming your altercation with that. She hit me. She hit me.
I saw that. I'm calling the police.
I don't know
Oh
what the
my
hell
God.
what's wrong with her.
Anyway, that was not. Hang on, I gotta find. Where is it?
That wasn't the one we were talking about.
Oh
That was
no,
a
here
good
we
one.
go. Here we go. Here it is. All right, get ready.
What?
I'm just taking some pictures of this scratch.
Okay, yeah, okay, but we've not scratched it.
Look how close you are to my car. You must have scratched it.
What do you mean? Look how close.
Look, it's ridiculous. You're so
Okay, look,
close.
but look,
Look at his.
I'm in the bay,
He's
yeah?
parked like where
You're
she
not
is.
in your bay.
I don't care.
He's got no damage on his
How have I
car.
scratched your car?
You
The
must have
car's
done.
not touching. The car's not touching.
Yeah, but look how close you are. You must have scratched it as you were driving in.
No
There's
way.
no
No.
way.
Oh my
No,
That's
you
so
did,
messed
I'm
up,
sorry.
dude.
There's not a scratch on our
That's
car.
so messed up.
If it's scratching yours,
No way. This honestly, when I parked this car, there was no scratch on it. There's a scratch on it now.
But I'm
I
saying
want
it.
your insurance details as well, please.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I've,
yeah, but
I've
what?
taken a picture of your number plate.
No, but like what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
so
yeah,
apparently
there's
this is
scratch
a
on your car.
this
Yeah,
is a
well,
tactic that's
well,
been going on. Man, I knew I had more videos of this stuff.
That is just.
I found like 6 in a row.
That's
Let me
truly
see if I can.
amazing.
Where's the other one, man?
There's crazy people out there. That's why.
No,
I
know.
can't be
You-
around people, dude. I
Yeah.
can't be. There's
Hey,
too
hey, look at
many.
this one. Look at this.
You're the one swerving. I was just following you.
I'm the one swerving.
Oh,
I'm the one fucking swerving.
yeah, it was actually.
Oh, that's freaking. Oh, dude, that is class. So that is beautiful. Dude, that is that's gonna leave a mark.
Oh man. Somebody posted this with the caption when you follow your iPhone's map too closely.
Oh, what
Oh,
the?
man.
What is that?
Apparently that was somebody pissed at the owner of the shop for some type of reason. Man, I thought I had more videos of the whatever. Roger is gonna Roger, I guess. Gotta be careful out there. Gotta be careful with the road rage stuff.
It's not. Listen, guys, don't. I'm telling you.
Maybe I can cover a little bit of this. Let me see.
Just don't do it. Just back off. Just let bygones be bygones. And it's just not worth it, man. I'm telling you, I don't let anybody. But I got to be away from people. I can't live around people.
Yeah, dude. There's Houston, man. There's a lot of people on the road.
Oh, Houston's done.
Houston is awful.
Houston is
man.
done.
And I'll tell you,
Done.
dude. I'm kind of in my area up here in Conroe.
Oh, it's
getting congested,
it's
and
lost.
people are losing their damn mind on the road.
No, it's lost. Conroe's
So
gone.
I try to keep my cool. On Sunday, April 13th, what began as a typical morning commute ended in tragedy along Highway 6 in West Houston. This is at 9:45 a.m. in the morning. A 39-year-old man became the victim of a fatal shooting following what witnesses described as a verbal altercation stemming from a road rage incident. Let's see.
It's not worth it, man.
Yeah, broad daylight in the morning. They get in an altercation, road rage, gets out, shoot them. Another incident earlier this year, 63-year-old truck driver with more than 4 decades of professional driving experience became the victim of a brutal assault. This was January 9th. Occurred during the evening hours when he was driving home from work. According to his account, an 18-wheeler truck behind him was driving erratically, swerving and speeding. When both vehicles stopped at a red light, he, drawing his 40 years of experience as a truck driver, exited his vehicle, intending to speak with the other driver.
Can't
Man,
do
this
it.
is what my dumbass did. Before any conversation could take place, he suffered 8 stitches in his head, a broken jaw, and internal bleeding in his brain. He doesn't remember anything. Bleeding inside his brain, basically. So he was violently, brutally assaulted after he got out of his vehicle. Northwest Harris County, late night shooting. A third case demonstrates the road rage incidents aren't limited to daylight hours or main highways. On Saturday, April 12th at 11:30 p.m., deputies from Harris County responded to a call in Northwest Harris County. Upon arrival, they discovered a silver SUV crashed into a tree in front of a residential home. Inside, the vehicle, they found a female driver who has sustained at least one gunshot wound. It was pronounced dead at the scene. Guys,
Ain't worth it.
And gals, and this is to myself, you know, you gotta be careful out there. You gotta check your emotions on the road. It does get congested. Part of what how I approach it, especially when I'm going to games, traffic is part of the experience. Traffic is part of the experience on I-45 here in Houston. So just be careful. And I couldn't imagine, and I really hate that I did what I did, because that would be a hell of a way to go out, man.
Oh, and senseless.
It's senseless. Senseless stuff. So
none of it's worth it. And
going into Easter weekend, just be mindful of your surroundings and have a little serenity and peace about you, even though it's
just don't let shit bother you.
It can get pretty tough.
Call me next time, Travis. Call me on the Mark line, on the Dr.
Move out of the way,
Racist
or
line.
just, I'll just turn in somewhere, let them pass, and it's just not worth it.
It's not worth it, bro.
It is not worth it.
You've got a beautiful family. You have a lot to live for, bro.
I know. So they're also, by the way, man, I didn't get to this, and this is a big one. I know last week we were big on the Maha movement and some of what we covered there. And guys, I am still holding to it that something is coming down. The World Health Organization achieved a significant milestone in global health governance with the finalization of a legally binding pandemic treaty. The historic agreement reached on April 16th, 2025 marks only the second time in Hughes' 75-year history that such binding international accord has been established. So let me see. The pandemic treaty aims to foster an all of government and all of society approach, strengthening national, regional, and global capacities and resilience to future pandemics. It seeks to enhance international cooperation on alert system, data sharing, research, and equitable distribution of medical countermeasures such as vaccines, diagnostics, and personal protective equipment such as masks. Okay, so the interesting note to this is Trump pulled out of the World Health Organization. However, IHR amendments, International Health Regulation amendments, that were signed by Biden were not actually out until 2026 on a legal technicality speaking. Now, that doesn't mean that, if something does come, is Trump going to adhere to the WHO's treaty? Something tells me probably not. I sure hope not. But it's obvious with these, man, I had a lot of videos queued up on this because Fauci talked about another respiratory illness coming down. In May of 2021, he stated that a future pandemic is almost guaranteed and indicated the pandemic preparedness planning was being fine-tuned in anticipation of the next one. And also working on universal coronavirus vaccine, suggesting ongoing efforts to develop broader protections against future coronavirus threats. So again, I'll hold still on the prediction that there is another pandemic around the corner. We're going to see how this goes. I don't know if it's I always get curious around summertime when things really start to heat up, pun intended, and what's going on. But we'll cover more of this after next week's show, and I'll share some articles around this. But very interesting treaty. Some of the language, and not only this, but it was a report that was put in last year. That was on, let me see the name of this report. Go look at page 109 of the 2024 National Blueprint for Biodefense. And it's addressing the critical role of vaccines as a part of the nation's preparedness. So again, guys, the funding, the distribution, the stockpiling even, The countermeasures, the proactive adult mandatory inclinations, while all maintaining national sovereignty, of course, is all part of this. And you can't deny the mechanisms that are being geared in place for obviously something that they're anticipating. We covered last week all those different studies and things that were being done on the public without our knowledge. And we all know that COVID came from a lab. So I don't think they've stopped doing the gain of function research. And man, that was one of the videos I had teed up. So we'll spend a special segment on this, breaking down more of the treaty. The treaty's huge. So I do want to be able to read through the rest of it and see what I can find myself before I dive into it. But Fauci has come back out into the public again, talking about how the bird flu, everything that's been affecting the chickens, now it's going to mammals, and it's inevitable that it's going to be able to get to humans too. So it looks like it's staying along those lines. So that's something to look out for as you see articles and headlines come out of the woodwork for this. This is the Defiance Daily Show. I know we've gone 11 minutes past here. Again, want to appreciate and thank everybody that's joined us today. We had a lot of folks tuning in here. This isn't possible without your support. Please, again, go to defiancepress.com, support our authors and support our team here and support the show. And this legacy continues on in the name of David Thomas Roberts. Love you, Dad. As we're coming up on Easter weekend, you know, these holidays, it's tough. It's gonna be tough, but I know he's with us always, and we love him.
Amen.
And we miss him.
Amen.
And with that, Mark, I think it's time to bid them adieu.
Thank you, Travis. Great show today, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate everybody tuning in. This has been a good day in the broadcast. So with Friday, we're signing off. Stay reliable out there. Stay safe, and God bless you all.
God bless.